Hi friends, it's story time, and today I'm going to read this book called Abuela. It's a story by Arthur Dorros, and the illustrations are by Elisa Kleven. And we already read this story before. It's a story about this girl, Rosalba, and her abuela. Abuela is the word for grandma in Spanish because abuela comes from a country where they speak Spanish. So let's pay attention to this story and try to remember what happened before on this story. What happened? What do abuela and Rosalba together? Abuela takes me on the bus. We go all around the city, and you see they have signs on the city. They have numbers on the bus, and they have letters on the sign. It says B5 and B47 on the bus sign. Abuela is my grandma. She's my mother's mother. Abuela means grandma in Spanish. Abuela speaks mostly Spanish because that's what people spoke where she grew up before she came to this country. Abuela and I are always going places. And you see, they are inside the bus, and they have posters on the bus. Oh, and now they are in the park with so many birds. Today we are going to the park. El parque es lindo, says Abuela. I know what she means. I think the park is beautiful too. Tantos pájaros, Abuela says, as a flock of birds surround us. So many birds. They are picking up the bread we brought. You see, they have bread, and they are putting bread to the birds so they can eat. Birds like to eat the bread, so some people in the gardens or in the parks, they put bread to feed the birds. What if they picked me up and carried me high above the park? What if I could fly? Abuela would wonder where I was. Swooping like a bird, I'd call to her. So you see, Rosalba is being picked by birds and she's flying. You think this is real? Is she really flying, or is she pretending? I would like to know your opinion about this. Then she'd see me flying, Rosalba the bird. Rosalba el pájaro, she said. Ven, abuela. Come, abuela, I'd say. Sí, quiero volar, Abuela would reply as she leaped into the sky with her skirt flapping in the wind. You see, Abuela is flying now, like Rosalba. And now they are flying above the city. And look, this is a street, and we can see in this corner one sign with this arrow to that side, and we can see the lights, the red light. We would fly all over the city. Mira, Abuela would say, pointing. Mira means look at there. See this, see that. It's what mira means. And we can see here in the book they are flying around the city. We see the buildings, we see a tall building there. And I look as we soared over parks and streets, dogs and people. We'd wave to the people waiting for the bus. Buenos dias, we'd say. Buenos dias, good morning. They'd call up to us. We'd fly over factories and trains. And you see they have here the bus stop. This sign is for the bus stop. And then we see the birds and they are flying here on the sky, and it says here sprinkles sugar. And this seems to be a big train passing over the city, over the buildings. And glide close to the sea. Let me see the sentence before. They were saying, we'd fly over factories and trains. And glide close to the sea. Cerca del mar, we'd say. We'd almost touch the tops of waves. You see the waves here? And there's this boat. Abuela's skirt would be a sail. She could race with the sailboats. I'll bet she'd win. You see, this is the sail of the sailboat. This big fabric that when the wind blows there, it moves the boat. The wind blows the boats. We'd fly to where the ships are docked and watch people unload fruits from the land where Abuela grew up. Mangoes, bananas, papayas. Those are all Spanish words. So are rodeo, patio, and burro. Maybe we'd see a cousin of Abuela's hooking boxes of fruit to a crane. We saw her cousin Danielle once unloading and loading the ships. And you see, maybe this is Danielle. He is loading this ship, and there's a crane pulling this box of fruits. And we see here mangoes and papayas and more mangoes and bananas boxes. So many boxes here. And they are putting all those things on the boats. Or they are unloading and loading the boats. At this moment, probably they are unloading. Out past the boats in the harbor, we'd see the Statue of Liberty. Me gusta, Abuela would say. Abuela really likes her. I do too. You see, this is the Statue of Liberty. Is this lady here with her arm raised? This is the Statue of Liberty. We would circle around Liberty's head and wave to the people visiting her. That would remind Abuela of when she first came to this country. You see, when Abuela came to this country, she saw the Statue of Liberty. And here you can go and climb up to the Statue of Liberty's head. You can go there and look around. Vamos al aeropuerto, she'd say. She'd take me to the airport where the plane that first brought her landed. Cuidado, Abuela would tell me. We'd have to be careful as we went for a short drive. And you see, they are on the plane. And the plane says, Hola, Hola Airlines. And this is the airport. I imagine how many signs they have in the airport. Keep off, it says there. Then we could fly to Tio Pablo's and Tia Elisa's store. You see, to this store with Tio Pablo and Tia Elisa. This is a store is where they sell things. You see the store? Pablo is my uncle. In Spanish is my tío. Pablo is my uncle, tío in Spanish. And Elisa is my aunt, my tía. They'd be surprised when we flew in, but they'd offer us a cool limonada. Flying is hot work, pero quiero volar más, Abuela would say. She wants to fly more. I want to fly more too. We would fly to las nubes, the clouds. Nubes in Spanish means clouds. We would fly to las nubes, the clouds. One looks like a cat, un gato. One looks like a bear, un oso. One looks like a chair, una silla. Descansemos un momento, Abuela would say. She wants to rest a moment. You see, they are resting in this cloud. She wants to rest a moment. We would rest in our chair, and Abuela would hold me in her arms with the old sky, our house, nuestra casa. Our house, nuestra casa. And you see, what does this cloud seems to you? Sometimes we can look to the clouds and try to figure out what do they seem. What does this one seem? Oh, and I see one here. What would this one seem? This one seems like a chair. And this one, and this one. We'd be as high as airplanes, balloons, and birds, and higher than the tall buildings downtown. But we'd fly there too, to look around. And you see, they are flying around these buildings. I wonder, is this New York City? Can this building be from the city of New York? We could find the building where my father works. Hola, Papa, I'd say as I waved, and Abuela would do a flip for fun as we passed by the windows. You see, Grandma is doing a flip. And they are passing by the windows, and this is Rosalba's father. He is working on that building in the big city. Mira, I hear Abuela say. Look, she's telling me. Mira means look, look, mira. She's flying over the city. Oh, there's an ice cream van there. A bus. Here seems the Statue of Liberty. You see, here is the Statue of Liberty in the island. And the big truck. And so many cars in this city. I do look. And we are back in the park. We are walking by the lake. Abuela probably wants to go for a boat ride. Vamos a otra aventura, she says. She wants us to go for another adventure. That's just one of the things I love about Abuela. She likes adventures. You see, what is this adventure? What is happening here? I see the lake, and I see Rosalba. Oh, it seems Rosalba is walking over the water. Yes, she is walking over the water. And there's these friends, they are playing in the boat. Abuela takes my hand. Vamos, she says. Let's go. And this is, look, it's the end of our story. And I have a question for you about this story. You see, when Grandma and Rosalba are flying, is this real Or are they just pretending or imagining? Can this be Rosalba's imagination, or is she really flying? I would like you to think about this. I would like to know your answer. Can she be on top of the sign of the bus stop? Can she fly by the boat? Can she fly by the Statue of Liberty? Or is she pretending and imagining that she goes there? I would like to know your answer, my friend, and I'll see you tomorrow for another story time. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.